Judge, today's case is show me the money.
As far as I can tell, these two are upset over a little bit of everything. Attention, time, money, the internet. Let's see if I can't pinpoint the problem.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm here with Amina Burrell and Christopher McKenzie. The two of you have been together for 5 years. You have no children together, but you have two from a previous relationship. You do not want to be together anymore. Ms. Burrell, you're saying you would like $5,000 because you say you've supported him for so long. You would like to get compensated for all that you put in the relationship because he hasn't really put in anything. So, Ms. Burrell, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
Okay, so I'm here today, Judge, because first, I am very tired of being the woman and the man in this relationship. And I'm at the point now that if Christopher doesn't get it together, then I'm going to have to find someone who will.
Okay.
So,
so when you say he doesn't have it together, give me a couple of stories that would represent that to me.
Well, like you said, we've been together 5 years, and like as far as working, like he had a job one time that he quit because he said, you know, the job gave him blisters. I think the job was like bottling or something. But he pretty much said, I got blisters, I can't go to work anymore, you know.
Mr. McKenzie, did you say I got blisters, I can't go to work anymore?
Your Honor, I did. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, I had blisters, but they was really, my hands was bleeding, you know? And even the job, you know, they told me.
How long had you been working on the job?
Literally 1 day.
That's like me going home to my husband and say, I can't go back on divorce court. These people give me a headache.
That's what I'm saying.
That's part of the job. That's what I get paid for my head to hurt at the end of the day when I hear stuff like that. Do you expect the job not to have any negative side effects or negative implications to them at all? Do you expect it to be easy?
No. I do physical jobs, you know, so I'm expecting physical labor. I'm just not expecting for my hands to be bleeding at the end of the shift.
Uh-huh.
And that's all, you know. And
Did you talk to anybody, other people? Like, how do you, because other people must be working there. They must have a way to deal with it and cope with it.
The guy who was showing me, he had callus all over his hands, and I said, that can't be me. So I told her, you know, and I said, you know, my hand, and she literally said, you know, your hands are kind of, you know, a little damaged.
Well, you gonna be a hand model one day or something?
Well,
why can't your hands be calloused? No, seriously, why can't your hands be calloused?
No, not calloused. They was bleeding, Your Honor. It wasn't the callus that was bothering. It was the bleeding. It was the point where I couldn't close my hands or anything like that.
Is this his typical response to distress on the job?
Yes, but I think that's only one occasion because the job he's talking about where his hand was bleeding was at a garage door company, but he had been there for like a month maybe. But the job that I'm speaking about, he was actually bottling. I don't know what it was, but like.
But does he always have an excuse for not working?
Yes.
Yes. How many jobs would you say he's had in the last 2 years?
A lot.
Ballpark it for me.
More than 10.
More than 10. Mr. McKenzie, is that accurate? You think you've had about more than 10 jobs? Do you get fired? Do you leave? Or is it a combination of the two?
Okay, we relocate a lot.
Okay.
You know, over the past 3 years, we relocated 4 or 5 times. So
different cities or different
states, different cities. So that plays a big part.
How come you guys relocate so often?
Well, Amina here, she goes on these ideas. So I back her on her ideas. You know, she wants to be a model, you know, an actress.
Well, she got the height and the look for it.
She does, very beautiful, you know? So I back her. And when we, you know, go on these new journeys, sometimes they don't work, you know? And,
but you've already moved, and then you already got a problem. Ms. Burrell, he's saying he's trying to assist you in chasing your dream, so he puts his economic stability and his professional pursuits on the back burner to support you. Is that accurate?
No, and I don't think that you can follow me to chase a dream if I'm still sitting at an office from 8 to 5. That's not really a dream.
Well, how long have you been at this 8 to 5 job?
Since I moved to Buffalo, since August.
Since August. But before that, you guys been together for 5 years.
5 years.
He's saying that you go from one city to another in pursuit of your dreams, which is nothing wrong with it, but he's saying that's the reason he's been unable to be stable and employed.
Well, what happened is that the first time we moved is because we left New York City and we had an issue with a family member in an apartment. So that was out of our control, but we ended up living in the car with our dog, you know, and, you know, the car is not a place for me or anybody. So I made a decision to, first of all, I was completely embarrassed where I was. I exhausted all my help from my family, asked them for help, you know, asked them, and they were pretty much not willing to help me because I'm with Christopher, because I have a man.
They don't like Christopher?
No.
Why don't they like you?
I have no idea. I went there and met her family, and literally, she never ever told me that her family didn't like me, but she tells everyone else, right?
Why doesn't your family like him?
Well, for exactly what we're here for now. They don't think he's supportive enough, you know. They don't think that he is.
Do you think he's just lazy?
I mean, he's a really good guy. I wouldn't say that he's just, I don't know what it is. And I think it has a lot to do with him being controlling. Like, he just wants to know what I'm doing 24/7, and it deters him from.
Well, you said not only is he controlling, that he's verbally abusive. So give me a couple of examples of when those things occurred and how they made you feel.
He came home one day, and I had a male friend who had visited me. And the male friend was leaving. He insinuated that we had something going on, and he could not go to work anymore.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
So when we do argue, the arguments get out of control where there's like name calling and stuff like that. But with him, it's like over the top. Like what I'm like, you know, the B word, and I'm a hoe, or a slut, or you know, all this other stuff, and then I retaliate. You know, but it makes me feel unappreciated. Like he just doesn't care.
Sounds like you're describing mutual verbal combat to me. Is he verbally abusive on an ongoing basis, or does he just get uglier than you do in an argument?
Well, it's just, yeah, he gets uglier than I do. And then when we have an argument, he you know, I feel like he expresses what he really feels about me in the relationship. That's
not true. People say things in arguments they don't mean. They do it all the time. It's not an expression of their true selves. They're angry and fearful or whatever, and they say what they think is going to hurt you. Do you think you're verbally abusive, or do you think you're both give as good as you get?
I think, you know, she could dish it, but the minute I even just say anything about her or just, you know, just suggest something, she just explodes. She
well,
can't.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Allow that man to finish.
See? You see? I can't
Go ahead.
Another word in. And, okay, we sleeping in the car, which is a frustrating situation.
Absolutely.
Right? So, if I can't come up with a plan with you, if you want to do everything, right? Hold on, wait. If plan A, your plan A got us to the car, why can't plan B be both of us coming up with this plan?
First of all, Your Honor, he never has a plan. All the situations that we're in is because I can't support us financially by myself. You know what I mean? So if he's quitting jobs and the bills are still coming, then, and...
Give me an example of a dumb reason he quit a job.
He came home one day, and I had a male friend who had visited me, and the male friend was leaving. He insinuated that we had something going on, and he could not go to work anymore.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Listen, Your Honor, after a hard days of work, right, the last thing any man wants to come home to, right, is another gentleman leaving the house that you don't know. Right. And as I'm coming home, he's leaving.
So your solution to that was to quit your job?
Yes. What am I working for? What house is this?
Well, you can work for yourself, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if my man was philandering, the last thing I'd do would be put myself in an economic position that I can't leave.
You see, and then she want to talk about working, right? She complains about my hours. Like just last week, I'm working, right? doing roofing, which is a hard job if anyone knows
Absolutely.
about it, right? My hours are too long. My hours are too long, and the pay that I bring home isn't enough.
Do you complain about his hours if he gets a job?
Well, he worked 17
Yes or
hours.
no? Do you complain or not?
At that job, yes.
Now, see, you know you're wrong. Till you're smiling, you know you're wrong. You do what you have to do until you can get what you want. You work really hard and really long hours until you can build yourself up and work yourself up into a position where you can work less hours. You can't complain to a man about him not bringing home money and then complain when he finds a way to bring home money that he's not doing it in a manner that allows you to see enough of him. That don't make any sense at all. Did you have a problem with her e-life?
It's guys saying, hey, how you doing? Sexy pic. It doesn't look like work pertaining. It
But
just looks
guys
like
do that.
I do social media too because I have to. My husband's not on social media anymore. You would not. I hired somebody actually to go in my stuff and take out all of those nasty pictures men send me. If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. So if I could get you one thing, Mr. McKenzie, what would it be? Because I think you love each other. I don't see any, serious, people come in here sleeping with their sister and whatnot. Nothing's happening like that here. I see two people who just quite can't get it together. I think you are a little... I was about to fuss at you about your work habits, but my man, if you want a roof 17 hours, I can't say nothing about it. I just can't. So if I could... Oh, now you got something to say. What you got to say?
Well, he was only roofing because, first of all, we just got back together. We had broken up.
Right.
And
now he's on a roof.
I moved to Buffalo. I left because of all those issues, and he came and pretty much said that, he didn't want to make the same mistake. So he did the roofing because I had bills.
Mm-hmm. So what's your point? What are you trying to convey to me right now?
What I'm saying is he's not roofing now. So...
Did you quit that job?
My hours is too long.
Did you do... See, that was you.
My hours are too long.
See, can I help you?
Sorry.
Do you mind if I help you out a little bit? Ms. Burrell, you got the whole wrong notion of what it is to be with a man. His job is not to contain you, take care of you, make all the plans. His job is to be a support and a partner with you. You can't just express desires, and then when things don't go your way, move, leave a city, get it, this, that, and the other. When he's working hard, you're working too hard to make money. You gotta have some compromises and some sacrifices. It's not all gonna go your way. You with me on that? Mm-hmm. Now, you do stop a job easily. When you talk about one day on the job and your hands gotten... There's some unpleasantness with everything. I worked in a law firm for 10 years. I used to cry when I went home every day. It was just, you're a professional irritant. All you do is argue with people. You argue with counsel. You argue with your boss, judges, and everybody. It was horrible. But you get through it, which is nothing compared to roofing. I ain't saying all of that. But I'm just saying there's discomfort involved in any gig. That's why they pay you. You know what I'm saying? So do you think you give enough effort in your employment attempts to allow that to occur?
I do, but honestly, I get discouraged when I hear that my effort isn't enough, after working long hours and coming home.
Is that a constant refrain, or was just with respect to the roofing gig?
That's... With the roofing, that was with the roofing, but basically everything, it isn't enough, it isn't enough, and it's boring, and, it's just nothing is ever enough to fill this big...
That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
This big
And
void.
beyond the financial stuff, there's a bunch of other stuff.
Well, tell me some of the other stuff.
So he's very jealous. Like I said, he, is jealous of my social media, pretty much wants to dictate who messages, who doesn't message me, who is that if my phone rings, you know, and he just wants to be in everything because like there's a lack of like trust or something, but I don't cheat on him. You know, I don't do any of that stuff. And when we met, my social media was a big thing. Like I was doing Instagram stuff. I ran a blog site. Like I was.
Were you making money with your internet life?
Yes.
Sites and all that kind of stuff?
Which he can agree that I stopped since we've been together.
Did you have a problem with her e-life?
When I glance at her phone to catch the messages coming in, it's guys saying, hey, how you doing? Sexy pic. It doesn't look like work pertaining. It
but
just looks
guys
like,
do that. Why? It's a platform for
I
people
don't have a social media.
I do social media too because I have to. My husband's not on social media anymore. You would not. I hired somebody actually to go in my stuff and take out all of those nasty pictures men send me. And I'm 60 getting those. Look at what this beautiful woman would be getting. Now, how would my husband look and say, look, you can't do what you need to do to continue to make money because men do the wrong thing? I mean, I hired somebody to get rid of my creepy dude.
Okay, so in that sense, I'm wrong.
Huh?
So in that sense, I'm wrong.
Yeah. So, and if she's making money doing it, good God. Ms. Burrell, you are amorphous. You've got no boundaries and no borders. You just kind of out. You have an idea that you don't quite like what's going on, but you haven't quite pinpointed. You don't know exactly what you want, but you know you're not exactly comfortable with what you have, so your discontent just kind of shifts and moves and rises and falls, and he's trying to chase this cloud, but it's hard to do. It's hard to chase steam. You can't grab it, you can't pull it in. So he's running them here, there, and everywhere. He gets a job, and then all of a sudden the job ain't cool because it's not enough time with you. Ms. Burrell, and then you say you want a man to hold you and contain you and restrain you. What you gotta be is a woman who maintains herself, a woman who knows what she wants, how she wants it, when she wants it, and then you make specific asks of that man. He can't fulfill a need you can't define. So the first thing you need to do is go home and define a need. Speaking of amorphousness, I can't give you $5,000 just because you feel you need to be compensated. I don't know what happened. I don't know. That's not what it's about. Even if y'all were married and we're divorcing, I just feel this need for money. It's not going to get you any.
Well, I mean, I've given him a lot of money.
I'm sure you have. I've got no evidence of that. I'm sure he's given you money. All of that is a part of life, but you haven't given me a specific wrong he did, a cognizable claim that I can just pinpoint and give you money for. You threw your lot in with him, you did this, you did that, you did the other thing. You know, I make more money than my man. He think, you know, what, I'm not, what? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't.
Well, it only means something to him that I make more money. He's the one who says all the time.
You're the one asking for $5,000, which, by the way, you are not going to get. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so.
So you guys gonna keep moving city to city, state to state, or do you think we can finally find a home base and stop moving around so much?
I think I'm ready to stop moving.
I've been ready to stop moving. Okay.
All right, and Judge Lynn had a lot to say today. She likes you guys. What's your take on how things went down?
She made a lot of good pointers. You know, I need to stop being so angry over social media, you know, I mean.
Well, you said you're gonna be a little bit more understanding, right?
Yeah, a lot more understanding.
You think you can let him finally keep a job?
Yes.
Yeah, even if it's back to the roof? And I know you don't want to do that, but if it's back, you know, put in some time, some hours.
I'll try to stop being so bossy.